So there is this piece of shit named Lilly Tino.
Whoa.
Who is pretending to be trans and recently went into the women's restroom at Disneyland. Disneyland's for children. Yes, there's adults that like Disney. We know that. And the camera's rolling. I'm sorry, there's a 7-year-old that just walked behind you. Why the fuck are you in a little training bra and lipstick, clearly with a man's voice, in the women's restroom filming?
Wow. The shit is going to hit the fan, ladies and gentlemen. Lilly Tino is being called out right here by Jeffree Star, someone who's not a straight white male. Because this has been the problem all along. People say, no, you just hate people who are a part of the LGBT community. Well, from what I know, old J Star loves a bit of the old, bit of sausage here and there. And he's a part of that community. So it looks like he's very qualified to make comment about good old Lilly Tino. Oh, and by the way, if you don't know who Lilly Tino is, I'm sure you do. It's this person.
Hi. I use she, her pronouns. I'm not sir. It's like a knife in the heart. I did specifically ask ahead of time not to be called sir. I don't need to be called ma'am. I just need to not be called sir. My cake pops removed, and the plan up until recently was to get my marshmallow. My corn dog is still intact. I'm not happy about that, but sadly it takes a long time to turn a corn dog into a inverted corn dog.
In this video, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a look at everything Jeffree had to say and understand why he is calling out Lilly Tino. We're also going to catch up with the great human Lilly Tino and see what she has been up to recently. Let's jump straight into it. I should probably start this by saying, if you don't know who Jeffree Star is, he is an extremely famous makeup influencer. He's a dude and he always is dressed to the nines and all this type of stuff. Looks very feminine, is a gay man, but is also apparently bisexual, pansexual, something like that. But by his own words, he prefers dicks. And good on you, mate. To be absolutely honest with you, I actually really like Jeffree Star. I have done for a very long time. Since he made a documentary series with Shane Dawson a number of years ago now, I thought he was absolutely fantastic. And maybe you were exactly the same. The reason I like Jeffree is because he's fucking funny. And it's very rare to find someone, unfortunately, even though in the gay community there are a lot of very funny people just constantly, it seems like those voices have been silenced over the past few years of identity politics. So it's great to see a gay dude out there being funny and having a good time. Do I think he looks strange? Abso-bloody-lutely. But good on him. He does look strange. He dresses however he wants. Good on him. Who gives a shit, right? He's not trying to make a big song or dance about it or trying to get your kids to dress like it. So good on him. So all of this stems, and the reason that Jeffree's calling out people like Lilly Tino is because he has been, well, outspoken about having that T in the LGBTQ community. As a gay man or a bi man or whatever he happens to be, who gives a shit really, and I think that needs to be the attitude we all have in all of these different circumstances, he thinks having that T letter in that acronym doesn't really make sense because he's a dude who likes makeup and dressing very femininely and rooting dudes. Why is that in the same category as people who cut their bits off? Why? So let's finish off what Jeffree had to say about Lilly Tino, and then let's have a look at what else Jeffree had to say about all of this. And the main reason that Jeffree started talking about this is because he was saddened when Charlie Kirk was killed. He put up rest in peace. He was on a live stream when it happened, and he lost 100,000 followers because he said he was, saddened by what happened. And then these fucking woke people just went for him, and he turned heel.
Nowadays, we have grown men with beards wearing dresses going into the women's restroom. When I was younger, any normal person that felt like they were born in the wrong body was trying to be passable. And they were really wanting to live their life as a woman. And if you
and isn't that the whole thing with the trans community? They want to be the other gender? That makes so much sense.
Think psychologically you were born in the wrong body. Unfortunately, it's like a mental illness.
I don't agree at all. I do not have the money that Jeffree has to make statements like that.
But people hear illness and they just have a full spiral. So this new age of weirdos and predators trying to pretend they're, trans or pretend they're this and harm women and children, that's my issue.
So I think the word harm is an interesting one there, because I don't see too many examples of trans people harming. Well, there might be a couple, but when we're talking about restrooms, when we're talking about showers, when we're talking about bathrooms, when a trans person goes into a bathroom, now I know particularly when I take my son after we go to swimming lessons, and we go into the shower to wash all the chlorine off, right? There's often dudes in there, old men, completely naked. And I don't like taking him into the shower because I just feel it's fucking weird, all right? I don't want to stare at some old dude's dick. And I imagine that girls are like that when they go into the showers in a public restroom or a shower block at a public pool. You probably don't want to see a dick. That's just my impression.
So there is this piece of shit named Lilly Tino.
And then he goes into the Lilly Tino side of things. Now, he was talking about Disneyland and how Lilly Tino was in there in Disneyland filming Lilly Tino's self, and other people were in the background of these photos, now including younger people. So I think Lilly actually made a video in response. Now let's check that out.
I took those photos with a very clear goal in mind, which was to show a non-passing trans woman existing peacefully in a bathroom.
Mate, just don't take photos of other people in bathrooms. That is everyone's issue here. You're in a bathroom that you have only recently belonged to, and you're in there taking photos of yourself and other people. Don't.
There are a lot of opinions out there, especially from people like Jeffree, that we're faking it.
Listen, I disagree with Jeffree that Lilly Tino is faking it, because I've seen Lilly Tino's OnlyFans. Go and check out the video I made on that. We'll put it fucking here somewhere. Or you can just search it. It is very real. It is very real. So real. Those tits. They're terrible. But yeah, it's full fucking on. I'll tell you that.
That we are, just in bathrooms to cause trouble. And
now, I'm not saying that Lily's in there to harm them or do it deliberately or actually harm them physically, but I think if you were a young girl using the bathroom, or there's a public shower or whatever, and you see this person in there who's quite obviously born male, that is harmful in a sense that you would not feel safe, and you should feel safe in your public restroom. Now, I feel that reaction may be different if you are a trans woman who's been a woman for a very long time, lived their life as a woman and looks like a woman. Because it would be odd for them to use the male bathroom. If they've got big tits and they're fucking bleach blonde hair and they're walking in there like, hi, is that offensive to do? Hi, need a shit, bro. Can I use that stall over there? I feel like that's weird for them to use the male. So I don't know. It's a hard one, but Lily's definitely, come on, mate. Is it rude to say they could use the disabled? Because that's a good idea, but it's also a bit mean, right? To say, well, and that's mean to say that to disabled people. Who is more offended? I don't know, but Better Man is now on sale. Black Friday. Can I say Black Friday? Non-color specific Friday. It's on sale. It's only $13.99. That's right, $13.99 in Australian dollars or $8.99 in US dollars. Go and grab a copy. I spent 2 years of my life writing that. And it's on the fucking bargain bin floor. Go and grab it right now at isaacbutterfield.com.
Hurt women and children, and none of that's true. It's ridiculous. Like, we are in the bathroom for the same
taking
reasons.
photos?
People see us. They're afraid because of what they've heard. It's not actually true. How do you change people's minds? That's why I posted the
you definitely don't go out of your way to talk about cutting your cock and balls off on Instagram Reels and TikTok Reels or TikTok videos constantly and consistently and make your entire life about that, because then everyone knows you have cock and balls and everyone knows you were born a man and you were a man not that long ago. And thus, once you go into the female bathrooms, everyone feels little bit like fucking, I feel a bit strange about having you in here. If you just lived your life and if you wanted to be a trans person and go in there and you look the part and all that type of stuff, then you know what? Okay, whatever. But when you make your entire life about everybody knowing that you were born male and you're going to remove your fucking cake pops and shit, like in this video here,
My cake pops removed.
then obviously people are going to have a problem with you going to one of the busiest places on earth, Disneyland, and taking photos in the bathroom with people in the background. Mate, Christ.
That's why I posted the pictures, right? Like, yes, I knew it was going to be shocking. Like, I knew. I wasn't just trying to make people mad. I was trying to expose them to something that over time I want to be normal.
I disagree. I think what Lilly Tino does is creates rage bait, clickbait, whatever, gets people to hate comment, and then pushes her out there on the algorithm. And I say her because this is YouTube, pushes her out there on the algorithm and gets more followers. Even if they hate followers, doesn't matter. Lilly gets to see those numbers going up, and that makes her feel better about herself.
I don't want to have to walk into a bathroom and feel afraid.
Well, don't go in there and fucking take photos, mate. Christ.
I think that's where people get tripped up.
You've got a dog.
Oh, this is rage.
How did I not? Am I sick? I did not see that dog on that. That's like, what the fuck? Hang on a second. I don't know if you've seen this. There's like this, not optical illusion, but a thing about, misdirection, where they show all these people moving around and then there's like a gorilla in the background. They do that to showcase what misdirection is. Like your attention's on something else in the video. In this case, Lilly Tino's face took all my attention, and I did not see that dog in the purple coat at all, but somebody help that dog.
No, it's not rage bait. It is something that you're not used to seeing. It is a conversation that is being intentionally started to get you used to ideas you're not familiar with.
I think if I owned a restaurant and people came in filming this shit, I'd tell them to fuck off immediately. And like, if you've got a dog with you, like even if it's your emotional support dog, unless you're a fucking war vet, unless you're a ex-police officer or an AMBO or a firefighter or something like that, fuck your dog off. Get the fuck out of the restaurant, unless it's one of my dogs. Even if it's one of my dogs. If Pepper comes into a fucking restaurant, Pepper's beautiful. Love Pepper. But she fucking stinks. All right? She eats 4 carrots a day. Her farts are fucking, they're worse than mine. All right? She's not welcome in restaurants. So fuck your dog off. Lilly, fuck your dog off. I want to see what else Jeffree had to say, and I want to showcase that in this video. But I also have seen something on Lilly Tino's Instagram feed that I think we should probably click on. That makes me want to click a tampon.
Whoa. This is a trans-free bathroom, okay? Are you trans? You have to tell me if you are. Trans test number 1. Do you use pronouns? Got a live one here? Give me your arm. Estrogen meter. God, you're full of testosterone. No, wait, that's upside down. Does this flag mean anything to you? I'm gonna need some backup here. Now, talking to this. Trans voice checker. That can't be right. So are you tucked right now or something? It's a pretty good tuck. How do you get it so flat? Well, if you're not trans, what's this? A tampon? No, it's a pad. What was the last time you shaved your face? Is that a beard? Is that a beard? I'm gonna need you to take one of these. But I'm not pregnant. Exactly what a trans would say. What's this in my pocket? Estrogen? Ooh,
I'm gonna be honest.
It's over here. Oh, it's over here. Oh.
There's a bit of an obsession with bathrooms with Lilly Tino's life, but this is actually quite humorous. This is good. I like that, at least I think, and I definitely think this, and I think you may as well. If you just take the piss out of yourself, if you make jokes, if you enjoy the fact that you're different and you make jokes about that, because you are different, you're different to the regular society, and that's absolutely fine in so many different cases throughout human society. If you just make jokes about that, like what we're making here, what she's making, right? You would be so accepted. But no. When you stand up against it and you go, everyone must let me in their bathroom, I need to shit and I'm going to do it next to your daughter. And when you start carrying on like that, people just have a problem with it. And unless you can understand that, then you're always going to run into these problems. So Lilly, if you ever watch something like this, just fucking have fun with it, mate. Just take the piss out of yourself. Christ, it's not that fucking hard. Enjoy yourself. Life's not too difficult. It's only difficult if you make it difficult. Okay, let's wrap this video up with some things that Jeffree has also said about the T community. Let's check it out because I think it's very, very interesting.
In cartoons, trans flags and all this stuff that and that's my personal opinion. I don't agree with it. I think it's too young.
This is Jeffree Star saying this, okay? And I don't mean that in any disrespectful way. I really like Jeffree Star, but with him coming out and saying these type of things, people should listen. He is a part of the LGBT community. And this is the crazy thing. When you go against someone's ideological principles and you play against their identity politics, they get on the defensive. And it doesn't matter if you're a part of their group or if you're in the same group, or if you're, adjacent to that group, you will be cast aside. You will be banned. You will be cancelled, all that type of shit. And that's what's happening to Jeffree here. He lost 100,000 subscribers, 100,000 followers rather, from Instagram just because he put RIP when Charlie Kirk got shot in the neck in front of thousands of people. That's the type of world we're dealing with. It's the type of world that'll put this in cartoons in front of 5-year-olds. It's the type of world that will put it into schools. It's the type of people that will consistently show it to children. And is that why we are seeing the rates climb? I don't know. I have no comment.
I don't agree with 8-year-olds wearing makeup either. It was never sexualized and weird. And like, why does a 5-year-old watching a Netflix cartoon show need to know about that right now? Why? And then let's just really take it there.
Let's take it there.
Why are we encouraging our kids?
Oh yeah, shout out to the Him and Her show. I know nothing about your show, but you had Jeffree on and it's very good. So go and check out that if you like podcasts. Sounds good.
Be a different gender and feed them false information when they're so young. So this is what I said recently that people really understood. When I grew up and I started looking different, right?
You definitely look different, dude.
My mother encouraged me to just be myself.
And that's what beautiful advice. That's fantastic.
When I started wearing makeup and being more feminine and wanting to do certain things, it wasn't, oh my God, Jeffree needs, what do they call it now? Gender affirming care. I'm done. She let me be myself. She didn't push me to be anything. Just like when you're a tomboy. Did your mom try to?
I've never seen Jeffree Star and Milo Yiannopoulos in the same room. What I will say is Jeffree spot on. Even though it's the first person who looks feminine with green hair that I've ever agreed with. Don't force this shit on anyone. Okay? If people turn out to be trans, and people absolutely naturally turn out to be trans, it happens all the time and it's happened throughout history. Just don't force it on people. That's all we're saying. That's all we're saying. Just don't force these opinions and ridiculous attitudes to life and society that you have on other people, particularly kids, and then no one will have an issue.
Get you a surgery to be you know what I mean? Did she cut your tits off because at 13? That's not, no. So nowadays, it's all these fucking weirdos telling their kids, oh my God, you like a Barbie? You're a woman. No, that's just a little boy experimenting, not knowing what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah, and if he likes a Barbie, so what? My son, when he goes to the shops, sometimes he picks up Barbie dolls. And, I obviously snatch the Barbie doll off him and throw it away immediately. And then we hit the ground like a grenade's going to go off. But, kids just have fun with things. Kids just play with things. And that's fine. We have tea parties, all right? And if you've got an issue with that, you can fuck right off. Tea parties are fun. I like tea. I like English breakfast tea. Anyway, you're learning too much about me. There's one more video from Jeffree. I'm going to wrap this video up.
You can only be a man, a woman, or trans. I am not gay. I am just open and very me. There's obviously a lot of gay people out there that only like a certain thing. That's great. LGB is it. Q and T, get off the alphabet, sweetie. You should be in your own category. Okay.
So Jeffree lives a life of sort of bi. He goes on to say he's pansexual. I think if you do suck occasional dicks, you're a little bit gay. And there's nothing wrong with that, okay? I think you're gay though. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to go and listen to more of what Jeffree Star had to say, go and check out that podcast that I mentioned. Also, Lauren Bostic, I believe, is one of the ladies involved on that podcast, the Him and Her podcast. Jeffree Star, you can also go check him out on Instagram. You can also follow Lilly Tino. Go and buy her OnlyFans. Oh, and by the way, my favorite comment in today's video on Jeffree's video was this. This is absolutely amazing from this lovely lady, my wife. Hello, Claire. Well done. Go and follow Little Dickie, Little Dixon Claire on Instagram and send her a DM. Send her a DM that only I would know about. Say to her, nice teeth in the DMs. Freak her out a little bit. She's very self-conscious about her teeth, so say nice teeth. And ladies and gentlemen, before we end this video, for all the great people that stick around to the end of the video, I want to thank you very much. You support this channel, and you have done, a lot of you, for a very long time. I've got a special that's releasing next week. See you then. Be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East. Be extinct. Tout au revoir. Bye-bye.